Test. Test, test. Okay. I can hear that louder. Error. Your microphone is unmuted but has no signal. Right? Does it still not have a signal? Now it looks like it does, but I can't tell. Hello? Oh, there we go. Your microphone is unmuted but has no signal. Okay. Right? Does it still not have a signal? Okay, cool. Cool. While I'm getting that set up, let me tell you. No. Let me fix the thumbnail for this. Can I do that while it's live? Okay, I'm gonna just have to fix it this way. I know what to do. I know what to do. Oh, let me make sure this is fine. Can I do that one? Yeah, okay. It's fine, because I know what to do. Solar systems, right? That's what we're here to talk about? That is indeed what we're here to talk about. Yes, solar systems. Daily life on a future space station. There's a few questions. There's a few things I'm gonna go over. Let me fix the thumbnail. Edit title and description. Actually, let me go back. Inspiration. We're gonna use this thumbnail that YouTube has recommended for me. We'll use this one. Oh, that one's so cute. It's so cute. Okay. Live. You can shout out YouTube for this one because they are the ones that recommended. Does it still say live? My book is, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Edit. We're gonna call it Daily Life on a Future Space Station. And I'm gonna fix it. Discussion. I'm just gonna call it that, I think. Okay. Oh, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to fix the thumbnail. Okay. We're gonna talk about life on a space station, I think. I'm gonna stick with this thumbnail for now. This is what YouTube recommended. I was being serious when I talked about that. Hello? Okay. This is what YouTube recommended. Yeah. Okay, so YouTube, some background on why I'm recording this. YouTube was like, hey, here's some inspiration for future videos. And I was like, okay. And one of them, oh no, they just refreshed. One of them was like life on a space station. I'll read through a few of them. Redesigning my digital guardian for, do I have this saved? Oh great, okay. Redesigning my digital garden workspace for focus. Digital garden workspace. Building a mini server for sustainable smart home. The unexpected beauty of sonic imperfections. Is virtual reality truly a connection? Those are just some of the prompts. And so one of them was daily life on a space station. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. What are the main things you would need if you were going to live on a space station? Let me see. I didn't lose my mic, it just is on the different thing. Can I hide? I want to like copy this and then oh. Hmm. There we go. Hello? Okay, cool. Alright. That should be that. Okay. That's all good. Right? Waiting for a test signal for a signal. Nice. Okay. Signal received. Awesome. Very good. Welcome back to the world. Let me fix it so that you can see the full game. My proportions are a little bit off on this, so you can only see most of it, but okay, that should be fine. Alright, so we're back in this like kind of dark here, I just want to keep my spyglass. Here's my spyglass. I'm gonna drop it and then I'm gonna slash. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. Slash clear. Where'd my spyglass go? Here it is. Okay, so here's our little solar system model that we built. And I feel like we can make some upgrades to it. Let's just get rid of these signs. Okay, we're gonna keep the sun. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be so much work. Okay. How do we fix this model? We can put it out here. We can move it first of all. Let's do that. Alright, what's a better block to represent the sun? Probably this ochre frog light over here. And I'm gonna have to build up to get it to go up here. This is making sense. If I mute this, does it work? I don't know. Okay. Oh, it probably does. Okay, this will be our model of the sun. Up here. I'm gonna make the sun 3 by 3. Actually, it flat is okay. Because then from there, I'm gonna add Mercury. Actually, let's make it bigger. I'm gonna do that by adding glass. I'm gonna add this yellow tinted glass. Orange might be better, but okay. I'm gonna make it hollow too. Okay. I'm probably gonna fix these dimensions later on. Okay. But anyway, I'm making this because this is a model of the sun. And it's definitely not to scale, but it'll be a better to scale image. To scale. It'll be a better to scale based on where we're at. It's like a better model. There we go. Alright, as far as the sun goes, that's not horrible. It's pretty blocky though, and the sun's supposed to be a little bit more spherical. That's a star, so I'm gonna make it like this. Okay, and then bring it down here. Kinda just so it looks like maybe it's kinda spherical. Alright, anyway, this is our model of the sun. Probably should fill the inside in a bit more. Oh, whoa. I don't know. Okay. This is our gas giant. The sun. The sun. There's the rest of our model down there. Okay, from the sun you have Mercury. And I want to use gravel, but I can't really use gravel. I use mud. Actually, let's use clay. Use clay. And I'm gonna go down here. And I don't know where Mercury is right now. But I will figure it out. The sun right now is... Where's the Earth, I guess? Let me see, I'm gonna check. The Earth is in line with... Okay, that makes sense. Venus is over there. Alright. Mercury is behind the sun compared to where Earth is. So I'm going to leave Mercury over here. Like this. That's Mercury. And then I'm going to put Venus to the right. Oh Lord. If that's Mercury, then Venus has got to be right behind it. Let me put the Earth down for a second. What should we make the Earth out of? Could use this and this. We'll use this grass block, but it has more blue to it, so. Okay. Then we'll get into hemispheres in just a second. Alright, there's Mercury back there. I don't know if you can see it. And then the sun is, depends on where the sun is, if it's above or below the horizon. So I'm gonna put the Earth model right here. And go down. Make it kind of big. Not bad. Get out of water. It's my little model of the Earth. Okay. Alright. It's my little Earth model. I don't know how to make this better. Kinda like that. So it kinda looks spherical. There we go. Put that there. Kinda looks like a model of the Earth, kind of. Okay. There's Mercury. Where is it? Right back there. There's Mercury. Now we need to add Venus. And I actually think Mercury is a little bit off. Yeah. Well, no. It's fine because Venus should be to the right. And I don't know if it's the time of the year where you can see Venus outside your window. Probably. I'll check. But let's make it out of mangrove planks. Unless I can think of something better. For Venus, she's hot. Let me think. What to make a Venus out of? I think I made her out of resin last time. That might work. Let's see. The mangrove planks are decent. Okay, so there's Mercury, which I do want to move Mercury. I'm going to move it a little bit. I'm going to move it. I'm going to leave one of these blocks here. Okay. There's Mercury. Close-ish. Space hurts my brain. Sometimes. Alright, and then from there, I'm going to put Venus. I'm going to use this resin block. Put Venus over here. I'm going to use resin and there she is. Okay. So back from Earth. Yeah, It's not a bad model. Okay, so we can see Venus, Mercury, the sun. There's Mercury barely peeking to the left. There's Venus. And I'm gonna make Venus glow a little bit because she's a planet and she is a very bright star that we can see. Red. That's a good light to make her glow. Fog light? No. Shroom? Might have to be shroom light. Unless redstone glows with the vibrant visuals. Oh, it does. Look at it. Ooh. Okay, let me go back over here. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like two like monster eyes. No. It's supposed to look like a star. Okay. There, I made a little red star glowing. And that's what Venus looks like. That's so accurate, actually. I'm actually so proud of this. It really does look like that when you look at Venus outside. If you ever see her, that's what she looks like. And then Mars, I'm gonna add Mars. And Mars you can see sometimes too. It's harder to see Mars with the naked eye. But take this bad boy. Make it out of waxed copper. No, oh, I fell. Okay, let me come back up here. And Mars is behind the sun, back here. I'm gonna build up over here. Okay. Woof. Alright. Oh boy. Okay. Mars. This is Mars. Okay. Go back to the Earth. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Oh, what happened to my sound? What happened to my sound? Hello? Okay. Is there just no music playing? Okay. Alright, I guess not. Okay. There is Mars. Where is it? Over there. Venus. Mercury. Mercury's so dark back there. It's pretty close to the sun, so it should have some light. Maybe I'll move it closer then. There we go. Okay. There we go. You should be able to see it because it's close to the sun. And then same thing with Venus, but I added the little star glow because you can just see her, but maybe I'll move it closer or something. And I also kind of want to put it above Mercury. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe I should put her above Mercury. Mars. Saturn? Saturn is behind us right now. So we're going to go back this way. First, let me get my materials. Hold on. Bit of lag in it. Bit of lag. Oh. No, it's frozen. Guys, no. Why does this always happen to me? Okay. Oh, it's actually stuck. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see. What are we gonna use for Saturn? For Saturn, this raw iron, and then the ring, I'm gonna make it out of this sandstone wall. And Saturn is back here. Where's Earth? Where is Earth? Hello. There it is. Okay. Alright, let's go backwards. I think it's back and left. Back. And then over here. And then get rid of this. Oh no. Okay, whoops. Saturn! Pretty big. Oh wait, kinda? Kinda planet-ish? Okay. Now let's make this ring. Let's make this ring. Oh. I don't know what it is. The ring? I don't know what this ring is. I think it's made of like debris. Saturn has just collected debris, formed it into the most amazing thing. Okay, that's my Saturn. The ring looks good out of all things. This is my Saturn. And she's behind the Earth right now. This is the Earth. And there's Mercury, Venus, Mars. And then if we turn all the way around, oh gosh. Turn all the way around, keep turning. We should see Saturn. Where is it? Saturn. Oh, Saturn. Saturn. Okay. Now, I think I got that kind of right. Yeah, it's a little bit more in line than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little bit further to the left over there. But it's okay. Behind Saturn is Neptune, but we're gonna go in order and we're gonna put Jupiter, who is over there. Okay, Jupiter. I get to make Big Boy. I'm gonna make Big Boy Jupiter out of the same iron, and then there's raw copper as well. Actually, the raw copper I think would be good for Mars. Okay, it's fine. Let's make Jupiter. Jupiter, Big Boy, come this way. Okay. But we're gonna scooch him over because I'm pretty sure he's like, where is he? He's far out. He's far out. Okay. Good old Jupiter, back and far. We're just gonna go like even further than that, like this, maybe. Okay, kinda. I still want to move it further back. There we go. Like that. I don't know how close it is. Compared to Mars, I mean, kinda. She big though, she big. Okay. Let's make Jupiter quite large. Haven't even gotten to the moon. That's what I'm gonna go do after this. I'm gonna make the moon. Okay, that's kind of Jupiter, but Jupiter's really big, so I'm gonna make it even bigger. There we go. Pretty big. So make it one dimension bigger. And go down one. Boom. Boom. Okay, that's Jupiter. And I'm fairly happy with it over there. Okay, coming back to Earth. There's Jupiter. Think we can make Jupiter even bigger, or maybe like move it up or something. I don't know. Cause it's kind of like down. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh no. Okay. The moon. That's what I need to fix. Okay, where's the moon? Where's the moon relative to us? I think it should be, let's see, if the sun rises in the east, which, damn it, I should have made this face that over there, so at least that would be the east. But okay, we'll say the east is this way. And the sun rises in the east, and the moon is going to be over this way in the southeast. I think that's southeast. East, west. I don't even know where north is. I'm pretty sure north is that way. Northeast, south. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the moon is going to be over this way. But in actuality, as the sun is setting, the moon is going to rise from over here and then set over here, so it's fine. I'm going to build the moon though and make it out of netherite. Doesn't feel right to make it out of netherite. Could use like sandstone again. Or endstone. Even then, I don't think it's made out of that kind of sand. Let me see. Endstone. Oh. I know this is a common block for the moon texture just because of the... I'll use that for the surface of it. How about that? Relatively close, but it's not that close, so I'm gonna move it pretty far. Oof, okay. Right there seems appropriate, right? I don't think it is, but might have to move it. Okay. Here's the moon. Decent shading. I think it's close to a gibbous phase. And then I know people like using this for the surface, even though the moon is like a much darker color. So I'm gonna do that and then kinda moonish. Kinda moonish. What else was I gonna do with the moon? I can't remember. Let's see. Any ideas? Any ideas? No, but there's Saturn, the moon. Let's see, it's about to, there it is. There's the waxing gibbous. There's the sun. Okay, so I'm gonna go have a snack really quick, and while I have a snack, you guys can watch the moon phase. Go up. I'll be right back. Should I leave it paused? No. Okay. I'll be right back.
That bubbly came to the crib and sat on the couch all comfortably. All you wasn't me. A couple drinks in, you chilling and leaving. Staying till tomorrow, we'll call it an evening. Or none of the above, you spending the weekend. I'm cool with it all, it just depends on who you want me to be. But baby, I'm shy too, stop running from me. Cause I can fuck it up like what I done to the beat. And in the crowded room of people, no one would think. Cause I keep it discreet, it'll stay on the low. I mean, no one would know, unless you want to tow. And if you kindly decline, then I wouldn't mind. Cause it's nothing to me, but what you want is me.
We don't have to try, we don't have to try. I feel so alive, put your hand in mine. When I feel your vibe, I feel so alive. We don't have to try.
You know what they say, it's like ignorance is bliss. But sometimes, like, ignorance is a bitch. I don't know. Because of that, I guess we'll give you this.
Senorita, just say to me, be the meter. Girl, thought you was in love, but that was just the lust, yeah. Senorita, just say to me, be the meter. Girl, thought you was in love, but that was just the lust.
Take me away.
I'm gonna know just a little, watch my soul break a little, just to know what the deal is. She asked me, do you really wanna know? You wanna know? I feel like that, I know the guy she's seeing behind my back, so be it. Your back was getting blown while my life was getting cheated. So cold, so cold, so cold. God kicked out the house, I know why you sleeping in his dome. You came running back to me when he did give you attention. Bitch, I'm leaving for this fight, I won't be back. Just admit it, I'm gone, I'm gone, I'm gone. Yeah, but since I'm walking out the door, might as well tell me all you know. So let's go. Senorita, just say to me, can you feel the meter? Girl, thought you was in love. That was just the, yeah, that was just the.
Soldier love me like the movie scene. This our last time together, yeah, we on the finer things. I'm not trying to run away, baby, that's the saddest thing. You just doing you and I'm just doing me. We got some bigger dreams. And speaking of the dream, I want you on my team. Maybe not right now, but later on, yeah, we gon' see. To be
Okay, sorry about that. I know that's a complete banger. That is Ricky Brasco and Jay Jones. I'll show you guys. Let me show you what that was. How did that start playing? Could you hear that on stream? That is so crazy. You could. Okay. Hold up. That was Ricky Brasco. When did it start playing? I like put my headphones down and then it just cued my Spotify. Yeah. That's kind of a vibe. Okay, as much of a vibe, that was a vibe. That was a vibe, but that is gonna copyright my stream. So, I'm gonna get back to this copyright free situation. What just happened? Okay. There's the moon. Obviously, that moon is a little bit more accurate for a few reasons. The sun is down there below the horizon. I did say we would talk about horizons, so we can talk about those. There's our other model of the solar system down there. And then the moon, which is setting. And the sun, which you should see rising in a second over there. Let's talk about horizons. Okay, so if we're I'm currently in the northern hemisphere. So the horizon line for me is right back there, kind of basically where I'm looking at all the way around here, right where the sun is coming up. That is the horizon line. And let's say the sun was setting for you, that would be the horizon line for you on the other side of the hemisphere. So you'd be on the southern hemisphere, basically below the equator, essentially. Which from this model of the Earth over here, you'd basically be like down here. It's impossible to show because it'd be kind of like looking up. But I can kind of try to model that here with this little Earth. I'm gonna build another sun. So I'm gonna put one sun down here. And then I'm gonna put another sun up here. Okay, so if you're on the southern hemisphere, you're looking up at the sun kind of like that. It's kind of impossible to show in Minecraft the way that it is because you'd be looking at the earth too. But then you could look at it, this model. This is the one from the northern hemisphere. And if you're looking at the one from the southern hemisphere, you kind of have to go out into the atmosphere, into space. Like, you kind of have to go out to see the sun down there, which could just be a star or a planet. It doesn't have to be the sun. Basically. I'm not mad my Spotify started playing because it was a vibe. I'm just mad that I feel like YouTube is gonna copyright it. Let me think. That's fine. Oh, go away. Oh no. Okay. There we go. Anything else I could talk about besides Horizons and stuff? I'm sure there's other things I want to talk about. I'll just come back to stream, I suppose. But for now, our model of the solar system, I mean, it's okay. It needs a lot of work, definitely, because it's just not facing the right direction. It's not in the right... I mean, kind of. If you're looking at it from over here, like, if we're looking at it from Mars, kind of. Mars is probably a little high up right now. So, let's go down. Okay, the sun keeps rising. There, I'll line it up with my sun. You'll see. We're kind of... Let's see. This would kind of be the perspective from Mars, right? From Mars, it would look like Earth, Saturn, and then we should finish by putting Uranus and Neptune. Okay. Oh no, I'm flying. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Alright, so the first one I'm gonna put is Uranus, which is behind Jupiter. Behind Jupiter. Oh no, it's not. It's in front of Jupiter, but it's further away from the sun. Oh, why is this not working? Is it a ghost block? What is this? It's a ghost block. Oh no. Okay, it'll be a star. Oh, there it goes. Uranus. Okay. Let's use... I think it's icy on... I think actually Neptune is icier than... We'll use blue ice for Neptune. We'll use this ice for Uranus. Okay. How do we get to it? Jupiter. Here's Jupiter over here. And then Saturn, Earth. I think it's further away from the sun than Jupiter is. But it's closer to... There's Mars. It's closer to Saturn and Jupiter and Earth. So I'm actually going to move it this way. I'm going to move it this way. Away. And then further out... Further out than Jupiter, but closer to Saturn and Uranus, I think. Alright, and I'm gonna make this little icy planet. bigger. Oh. Spherical, big. Okay. Alright, there we go. from some ways, in some ways. And then the last one, which is Neptune, which I think Neptune is all the way back here. I think. Yeah. It looks right. Neptune. We're looking at it from Neptune? Oh boy. Okay. Alright, break this, break this. And here's our Neptune. Probably could be a little bit further back. It's back into the right of Saturn, so I don't want to make it in the wrong position. Kinda. It's back in right. Kinda. Okay. This is Neptune. Alright, sweet. Neptune. From Neptune, you can see that it's cold because it's made of ice. There's Saturn, which is not the closest planet to it, actually. The closest planet to it is, relatively speaking, it's Saturn, but it's actually way far out there is Uranus. And then just looking at our model, there's Jupiter past the Earth, Moon, and then Venus and her little glowing star so you can see her. Actually, I'm going to make the star a different color. I'm going to make the star the same color as the sun. Oh, can I fly? I can't. Okay. Alright. There we go. That's much better. Oh my gosh. That took so much explaining. Okay. Where is your Neptune? Neptune's back there. I feel like maybe I need to move Neptune a little bit. Because it should be... Where? We're looking at it like this. Neptune would be a little bit more to the left. Just a little bit. So I'm going to move it. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Let's move it this way. Oh, and quickly, let's line our model up with the sun. Okay. There we go. So there's the sun, which is setting in the west. The sun is setting in the west. There's Earth. There's the Earth's moon, which is going to rise from back behind me. There's Venus, Jupiter, Uranus. There's Mars. There's Mercury. Earth is over there. Yeah. I don't know who would have this perspective right now. Probably a star. Saturn is over there. Saturn. You can see Venus is glowing because she's pretty close to the sun. there's Mercury. Mercury would do the same thing. Okay. Let me finish fixing Neptune. My little Neptune model. Cool. Any word? Alright, nice. Okay, I'm happy with this. I feel like it should be bigger though, so I'm gonna make it bigger. Alright, now that it's darker, you can kind of see the colors a bit more. So there's the sun, there's Venus, there's Mercury, there's Mars, which is pretty impressive. Let's see if I can line this up with the moon. Kinda. There's the moon rising above the horizon. The moon is rising above the horizon. Rising above the horizon. And so basically, you can tell the phase change too, because it looks like now it's a waning gibbous. That's what it looks like. It looks like a waning gibbous. Can you see this? No. Hello? Make sure my blue snowball is working. Okay, so the waning gibbous, yes, I am correct. I must have missed the full moon. I must have missed the full moon because it's waning now. And I'll explain the waning. Okay, so do you see the dark side of the moon right here? Which is technically just like being eclipsed by the earth. Oh, I'm gonna explain that. Okay, so here's the dark side of the moon. Here's the side that's lit by the sun. And then we call this a waning phase because it's being eclipsed by the earth and it just came out of the full moon phase where it was fully illuminated by the sun. So let's make a model of that and let's make it further away from this current model. Actually, maybe we can use this current model. It might be kind of difficult. No, we can't. Okay, we'll use a different one. We'll go even further. We'll go further out. We'll go over this way. Look at the reflections. Holy moly. Crazy work. Okay. I'm gonna make this model over here in this jungle biome. Right here. So, here's how this works. You have the sun. We're actually gonna start with the moon this time. Start with the moon. And I'm just gonna go up so I can put it into space. Delete that. Okay. So we have the moon, which is fine. And the moon orbits the Earth, which orbits the sun. So we're going to put three things here. We're going to put a little Earth here. Here's our little Earth here. And the moon orbits this guy. So it slowly moves like this. it does this. All the way around the Earth. Like this. This is how the Earth orbits the moon. And the moon orbits the Earth. Now the Earth over here is gonna orbit the sun. So what I'm gonna do for that is there's the moon orbiting the Earth. And then here we're gonna have the Earth orbit the sun. Like this. Go up. And then around. Like that. That is how the Earth orbits the sun. And then the sun has its own orbit as well. Kinda orbits the bigger galaxy, doesn't it? That's kind of the model here. The orbits. It shows orbits a little bit. I have an idea. We'll go out this way, and then we're gonna spiral this orbit ellipses into this, spiral that I just described. Just keeping an eye on where the sun is actually going. But it kind of would do something like that. It kind of did something like that. Oh no, you can't even freaking see what I was doing. Oh no. This whole model is based on what I was doing. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me move that. Hey guys, it's fine. It's fine. Let me show you what I just made. Okay, here's the model. And basically, hi. Oh, hello again. Good to see you. What do you think is coming towards the Earth right now? I think the moon probably is the closest thing coming to the Earth. Or I wouldn't say anything is coming towards the Earth, if that makes sense. I would say the Earth is moving towards things. But if I had to say something, I would say the moon. Probably, because it controls the tides, and the tides like push and pull with the moon. Kind of what I was just explaining with this orbit here. I'm gonna make another one because or I'll just explain what this is. But basically, you have the Earth here. This is the Earth and the moon. And the moon orbits the Earth. Oops. The moon orbits the Earth like this. And then the Earth orbits the sun like this. The Earth orbits the sun kind of like this. And then the sun has its own orbit that kind of goes like this. Kind of keeps the planets in rotation while also kind of moving around. Yeah. That makes sense? Does that make any sense? Hi, Lucky. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can make this make sense. If we just like orbit the sun for a second, you'll kind of see the planets have their own orbit based alone on how I've drawn this. Now let's make another model. Let's make another one over here. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go up. And there's our moon. There's our moon here. Here's our moon. And we're gonna put the sun. We'll just start with the sun that is facing this way. This sun, do you see how it's lighting up this side of the moon? And I'm standing in front of it, right? So, a full moon would look like this. It would look like you can fully see this surface of the moon. And then a waning moon is gonna look like this. Do you see how my shadow is covering? My shadow is covering part of the moon here. That's what that phase is gonna look like. And then slowly, it's gonna get darker and brighter based off of the position of the earth and the sun. So, okay, I'll go back. So here I am, being the earth, blocking the sunlight. And this is a little waning gibbous. And then it's going to become a half, what do they call it? Half a crescent? What do they call the phase in between? I don't remember. A quarter moon, I think. And then from the quarter moon, you're going to get, from the quarter moon, it'll go into a crescent, then it'll go into a new moon, and then it'll go into a waxing crescent. I'll show you. I'll show you here. Okay, so this is the full moon, and then as it rotates, it's gonna go into a waning gibbous, where it's slowly, the earth is blocking part of the sunlight, and then same thing is going to keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating. I feel like I can do a better job modeling this. I just have to find a way to get light onto the moon, like I've done kind of over here. I might have to come back to that model. Let's see, where is... We're aware. Also, have you subscribed to the channel? If you haven't, you should consider subscribing. Okay. So what I've done here, you can kind of see light coming from Venus. Now I'm gonna go back to my model over here, because I think with the right lighting, you'll be able to see. Okay, here's the moon, and let's just use the opposite for now. The opposite is true. If we have the earth, and then the sun, the earth is at times gonna block the sunlight from the moon, or block the sunlight from reaching the moon. So like in this scenario, this would be blocking one block of the moon, so you wouldn't be able to see this full phase here. And then if we go to a different angle over here, and let's say we did like that, kinda, then you're gonna again get partially block the moon. Same thing over here. Oh. And that's fully blocking the moon, and fully blocking the moon is a new moon, so you can't see the moon at all. Oh, slash weather clear, and then I think I can slash time set There we go. So you can't see the moon at all from this phase when the Earth is fully in between the sun and the moon. Yep. So from the sun, you can't see the moon. Eclipsed. Okay, so then full moon. I'm gonna move this. Full moon. Oh wait, I can move all of these little suns. Okay. Full moon. Waning gibbous. With the phase right now is a waning crescent. So let's see. There we go. Kind of like that. Waning crescent. Waning crescent. And then this one is kind of supposed to be a waxing gibbous. And then the new moon, kind of out of phase, out of order. And then the full moon. Full moon, new moon, waxing, waning, full moon. And if I were to go in order, I think it goes full to waning, new, waxing, full. Okay. Oh, quarter and then full, of course. Okay. I hope that makes some sense. What do you think is coming towards the Earth right now? I'll ask in chat. Do you have any guesses? What could be coming towards Earth? Do you have any guesses what could be coming towards Earth? I'm curious. Okay. Let's go back to our... This model is so interesting because if you move it up... Let's make this a little bit bigger. Go out this way. Come around. Come around this way. And then go around here. Oh, okay. And then kind of spirals like that. A little bit. Just a little model of the orbits. Okay, let's go back to this model I made all the way over here. Let's see what it looks like from outer space. I'm gonna set the time to midnight. And then there's the sun lighting up Mercury, lighting up Venus, lighting up, and there's Jupiter back there. There's Uranus back here, which is pretty cold because it's pretty far away from the sun, and then Neptune, which is really cold because it's way far away from the sun. You can tell Venus and Mars are warmer planets because of their color. They're more red than the outer planets like this one and Neptune. And then Mercury, which is a gray, kind of looks like the moon. And I think that's because Mercury is... I can see the comments. I think Mercury is made up of Mercury. Let's see. Mercury planet. Because it looks more like the moon, and it doesn't have the same color. It's the smallest planet in our solar system and the closest to the sun, known for its extreme temperature fluctuations. A heavily cratered surface similar to the moon, and unusually dense, iron-rich core. With no substantial atmosphere to retain heat, temperatures on its surface vary dramatically from scorching highs in the sunlight to frigid lows in the night. That explains its color. Holy moly, look at this. I'm going to add some ice, some purple ice to Mercury. And let me show you this color. Mercury. Planet. Images. Okay. Mercury the planet. Look at this color. This is crazy. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. Okay. I'll go back to Minecraft. There you go. Anyway, I added this, yes, I can see the comments. I added the ice just to represent the color and the temperature fluctuation. We'll do purple too. Maybe this crying obsidian. That's kind of like Mercury. Okay. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense. Alright. Smallest planet in the solar system, closest to the sun, varies in temperature. Okay, cool. What else? What else? Mars, which we've been to from Earth. Ooh. Getting to Mars. Well, we haven't been there, but the rover has. Okay. What is your book about? My book, Accolades, is a fiction. It's a fiction book. I'll show you. It's on Amazon. And it's a fiction book about this college professor and these college students that discover this algorithm and that generated a picture of ancient Rome. And they find this picture, and they basically are like, was this a real picture taken from ancient Rome? Or did a computer, like an AI algorithm, generate a picture of this time period that just doesn't exist? If that makes any sense. They basically find this picture of Pompeii, like Mount Vesuvius erupting over Pompeii, and then there's a picture taken of that moment, and that's what the professor teaches the class about. And they basically are like, well, is it a real picture, or this is the picture? And the students are like, is that an actual picture from Pompeii, or is it just like a drawing or AI or something? And they question the professor, and the professor kind of holds his ground. He's kind of like, no, I don't know, I can't really answer the question. And they're like, why not just tell us yes or no, And so they go on this whole trip. I'll just read a sample. They go on this whole, like, escapade trying to figure out if this picture was real or not and why the professor won't tell them about it. Da Vinci had been a fan of the campus resources, like the Grand Hall. So you made your way to the library at around 3:45 to dig through the ancient history's references. You started with a history on Pompeii Confused. The author never clearly stated whether their work was fiction. Carol Hirsch was a well-known writer of the time, but you'd never finished her literature or attended any of her lectures. What confused you more was that a history on Pompeii began with a picture. Though there was no picture on the cover, the first thing you saw was the grand marble pillars mid-destruction by oncoming ash, lava, and gravel rain hailing down from the sky above. Flipping to the first page, you realize what Da Vinci had said earlier. That's just a sample from the book. I'm going to get Saturday. Sounds dope. Don't tell me no more. That would be so amazing. And you have to leave a review and let me know what you think of the book. It's available on Kindle, hardcover, and paperback. Okay. But yeah. I really hope you like it, because I want to know. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I'd highly encourage it. And the Kindle, here's the thing, if you want to get the Kindle version, it's available for free right now with the current promotion. And then if you want to support me as an author and a creator, you can also purchase a copy of the paperback or the hardcover, and you'll have the Kindle version on your device, and then you'll also have a physical copy of the hardcover or the paperback book, and that would go directly to support me. But then you can read the Kindle while you wait, kind of thing, if that makes sense. And I'll link it in the chat. So you can read the Kindle and then support me as an author. Hold on. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm gonna link it in the chat for you. There you go. Okay, what else? Yeah. And I have more plans for the book. One of the plans is to do some more illustrations. I'm also already writing the sequel to the book, which is called Battle Cries. So I'm writing that. Alright, let's see. Let me fix this here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Models of the solar system. I kind of want to explaining hemispheres and horizons. Venus, Jupiter, Neptune is all the way out here. Let's take a look at our model from down here. Actually, we can talk about Venus, because Venus is illuminated by the sun. So you can see Venus here. You can also see Venus with the naked eye. So if you were to look outside your window and you were to look in the southeastern sky above the horizon, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you would see Venus. If you're in the southern hemisphere, You probably wouldn't see Venus. You'd probably see, right now you'd probably be seeing the moon, I'd imagine. Let's see. Also, thank you. The moon. Let's see, space from the southern hemisphere. Just trying to see if there's like a live feed. Live video from the International Space Station. Official NASA stream. The International Space Station. Okay. Cool. Alright. Going back to my model here. And go back down to this one. This one is just a smaller model. This is the sun. And then it kind of goes down into the cave. And then kind of comes up and out. It's an okay model. Saturn's over there. And then this model, which has the sun here. Let me clear the rain. / weather. Okay. And then it has this model of the sun. And then Venus. Which maybe I should make Venus a little bit more bulky. Bring it out a little bit. You are not only beautiful, but smart. The world needs you. Thank you. Alright. Okay. There's Venus a little bit more. I guess let me kind of... that makes it kind of spherical. That's a little bit better in terms of modeling Venus. And this one is just a lot closer to scale. It's a lot closer to scale because that one down there is smaller, so it feels cramped. But this one you can kind of make an orbit. Look! There's sheep on my Earth. There's sheep on my Earth. That means I've done something right. How have they gotten up there? Okay. Alright, cool. It will go up above. From above, it looks cool too. You just kind of lose track of the planets. You gotta keep track of them. There's the moon, the Earth, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, Venus, and they kind of do this crazy orbit. Let's just fly around for a little bit. Let's just fly around for a little bit in it. And yeah, I don't talk about, let's see. When I talk more about why ancient Rome, Okay, I will talk more about the book. Which I chose to make. I chose Ancient Rome because I used to. What is the objective for the game or for the book? Both. The objective is probably, some say, to like win the game. You know, for me, it would be to be like, yes, I did it. People understand. I think if you read the book and then by the end you're like, oh my god, I totally get what the author was going for. Can't wait to read her next book. That is exactly what I think the objective is. For the game, I feel like it'd be to have as accurate, as close to life as possible. That's what I feel like the objective for the game is, if that makes sense. For the book, I feel like a book can be a little bit more fictional, but I feel like a game, if you're playing the game, you know, you're going to want it to feel as close to reality as possible. And that's why the solar systems are kind of trying to be to scale and be accurate and have their surface and their orbit and their rings and their distance as well, how far away they are from each other and how close they are to the sun and stuff. Yeah. And a lot of it is just like understanding concepts that make sense, that are universal, you know? So it's like distance and gravity applies to all things, big or small. So it doesn't matter if the model in Minecraft is super small. If it's inaccurate, it's inaccurate. But if it makes some sense, then on a bigger, like a much bigger scale, it makes a lot of sense that way too. It's just about kind of like aligning them together, you know? So that it all is one cohesive narrative. That is the goal. Yeah. Yep. Understood. Yeah. Okay, so out here from Jupiter, you get a different perspective because you can see Jupiter. This is from the surface of Jupiter. We can still see Venus. We definitely can see Venus, actually. Venus from Jupiter? Yep. Mercury back there. But you can clearly see Venus from Jupiter. Then there's Mars. The Earth's moon, which actually would look more like Jupiter's moon, is actually what it would look like. And then Neptune back there. Uranus. You're a dumpster fire. Probably. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Saturn is so obvious because of her ring, but Venus is closer and more vibrant in front of the sun. It's still in front of the sun from. You would love our science program at my school, LSU. That's interesting because my mom just applied to LSU, and I think she's really excited about it. So I'll tell her. I love studying science. I'm pulling a lot of the stuff I'm talking about is stuff I'm pulling from what I can remember learning in school. You know, I'm like, most of the stuff I already learned, I already knew, and I'm trying to put it into one package that will just like, then I can rest until it's like all this stuff that I learned without having to learn more stuff, you know. I need it to be somewhere in the world so that I don't have to worry about it in my brain. Venus, you can see her. I guess that's just the whole thing. But yeah, okay. Based on people that have purchased a copy of the book in the past, I've written 2 books. I think there's 4 available on my Amazon. There's the full fiction novel. There's The Quiet Morning, which is a series of poems. There's the Kindle. They're all available on Kindle. They're all available on paperback. And they're all available in hardcover too, I think. Let me see. Yeah, they're available on Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. And one of them is a poetry book. The Quiet Morning is a series of poems that I wrote, which I think I can show you. The Quiet Morning, this is Accolades. This is the one I just published. I'm super proud of it because it's just a really good story. If you want to sit down and read, take some time to read it, please. I would love for you guys to read it because it's so good. It is so good. And I feel like you'd get really invested in the characters too. And there's also these pictures that tell you the story when you read it. You can download a sample. The link is in chat. I'll put the link in chat again. And then, yeah, so this is Accolades. And I think I can show you, like, this model plan that I made for the book as well, just to keep explaining it. On Figma. I made this model, on Figma. Let's see. And the Figma model is the narrative of the book and the pictures and the characters. It like goes into more depth about what the book is actually about. The best I can explain it is this college professor finds this like fake photograph of Pompeii that is maybe real, maybe not, and he teaches it to the class. And the class is like, is it a real picture or is it not? And then he takes the class to Rome. He takes them to Italy. And he visits the site of Pompeii. They're like looking at the ancient Rome. And they're trying to decide. If it's if it was possible for ancient Romans to have taken a picture of Pompeii, or if it's possible for a computer to have recreated an image that accurately. Yeah. Okay, let me wait for this to load. Loading. I play basketball. I hate classes. I'm going to get all the books. Please do. I really think you would love them. They're so good. My books are my favorite thing to work on and to publish. I just feel like that's so cool. I would love that. Let me see. Okay. this is the Figma. And the Figma model is like a web framing kind of. It's like a framework for the book. So this is a lot of the images from the book. And the title card, which is Accolades. And I hope by the end of the book you would get why it's called Accolades. And then you meet the first character, Alyssa Carter, and Andrew Hill are the two characters you meet in the beginning. Then you meet one of my favorite characters, Professor Da Vinci, who teaches the analysis of critical literature. ACRL 100. He teaches the analysis of critical literature, and in that class, who is Alyssa Carter, Andrew Hill, I think Angie Robles takes that class, and Anaya Robles, and this character Anne-Marie. Actually, I don't know if Anne-Marie takes the class, but okay. There's a librarian named Hannah Beth Teller who is dating Professor Da Vinci. She's dating the professor. And, so Hannah Beth is dating Professor Chris Da Vinci. And when he teaches the students, which she used to teach this class, but she used to teach the analysis of critical literature. And he's the one currently teaching it. She actually told him this. She was like, you should teach this class. He's like, okay. A whole bunch of lore. And then there's Hannah. And when the professor asked the class, is this photograph real or fake? He leaves the class for like a month. And he leaves Hannah, his girlfriend, the librarian. She works on campus at the library. He leaves her a bunch of notes. And he says like, I love you from Rome. He says, go into the closet and look for this book, is what he says. And so she does. She finds the notes that he left for her, and she goes looking for basically more clues about why he's teaching this class. And she's looking in this like hidden closet. She's trying to find these very, very specific books in the closet. And she finds them. And as she's looking for them, these guys, these two dudes over here, Terrence Franklin and the dean Chris Colmers, they interrogate her. And they say, what are you doing with the library? You know, you work in the library. You should be there all the time. And we think you're like snooping around some business, because the professor would probably get her into trouble. The professor would be like, go look for these notes in this hidden closet in the campus library and put yourself in jeopardy. And she'd be like, okay. And then she gets caught because the professor or the dean and then Terrence, they find her. They basically are like already suspicious. And they're suspicious because of their own practices, their own stuff. But they interrogate the librarian because she's finding answers a little bit closer than what they found. So she gets interrogated. And the professor isn't there to... It's your vibe that's making me get the books. That's what I'm telling you, man. You start reading them and they're really good. So the professor isn't here to defend Hannah from these guys, because he would if he were here, but he's not here. So He's not here, so he's in Rome. And they're like, where is he? Where is the professor? And, yeah, he's not here to protect Hannah. And so these guys go on to this banquet gala. And now I'm talking. Yeah, I know, right? These guys go to this like banquet benefit gala, and they are being recorded by a bunch of reporters and stuff. And they make this like slip up. They accidentally say something they're not supposed to say, and it gets caught, and then the whole campus starts talking about it. But these two, Alyssa Carter and the professor, Da Vinci, are in Rome while all this stuff is happening, and they are like doing something else. They're still trying to investigate, but they're just doing something completely different than what the librarian is doing. So yeah. The librarian and the class of analysis of critical literature. So that's a little bit more about the book. Oh yeah, and then of course there's the authors. These guys, this is Thomas Artenary and Carol Hurst. And these are the two authors of Pompeii and Ancient Rome. And this guy over here, he also wrote this book called Battle Cries. And Battle Cries is a nonfiction. In this universe, it's a nonfiction book about his life after the war, which I think is so interesting. It's about his life after the war. And in this book, he comes to find Carol Hurst, who's another author. And they work together to write a book about the librarian in this story. But yeah, that's pretty meta. Okay. Alright, well. I think I'm going to wrap here for a minute, because I'm going to keep writing my Medium articles. I'm going to keep promoting the book. If you purchase a copy, leave a review on Amazon and let me know. Let me know that you bought a copy. And I'll come back soon with some more info about the book, links for you to purchase. I'll be checking chat and everything. But I will see you guys soon, because I'm super tired, so I'm going to take a little break. And then we'll get back to writing and working on the book and stuff. Okay. Sounds good. Any questions before I do that? If there's questions, I'll stay. If there's not questions, then I'll get back to what I was doing. Let me think. Yeah, the book. I also have a Medium, so if you like my vibe and you want to check out other stuff that I do, I have a Medium that I write on. Anyway, my Medium is at SolarPunk Sid if you want to check it out. It's like similar to my YouTube channel, except it's just writing, so you can read it at your own time. You don't have to listen to me. But yeah, Medium is super cool. It has a lot of the stories that I talk about in my YouTube, just like in Word format. some of the articles are like generating with AI, sound design in urban landscapes. Should I turn the volume down in my headphones? Subtle ways to write better. Love and hip hop, dearest beloved. The science behind gardening while black. The 21st century typewriter. Writing on a train. How I plan to win a blue ribbon. Just a bunch of stuff. And yeah. I'll probably be editing in the meantime, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna register for Medium Day. Medium Day 2025. If you want to check it out, click on the link that I just posted in the chat. While I register for Medium Day. Shout out to all the Medium writers that are gonna be there. View ticket. Got it. Okay, cool. That's super exciting. I'll leave that over there. Anything else? Nope. I have a story to finish. You guys have my book to read. And I'm going to take a quick break so I can keep writing the story and finish all the things that need to be finished. Okay. And also edit this video so that it makes a lot more sense. Because today we talked about the solar systems in Minecraft. We talked about gravitational orbit. We talked about how the sun orbits the universe, how the moon orbits the earth, how the earth orbits the sun, how they orbit each other. We talked about how you can see Venus from the surface of Jupiter and Earth. We talked about brightness, temperature, the temperature of Neptune and the temperature of Neptune, Uranus, and Mercury. The temperature of the inner planets and the outer planets. We talked about you will blow up, stay down. I'm already a fan. Heard. Cool. What else did we talk about? Orbits. Temperature, distance, scale, moon phases we talked about as well, and then horizons. This is the last thing we talked about was horizons. And then I'm gonna edit this video so that it's gonna be a cooler version of this. I'm gonna edit it so it makes more sense, and hopefully you guys tune into that. So it's gonna be all the ideas we talked about today, edited into one short YouTube video that you guys can click on, and it'll make some more sense. And I'm gonna go, so I can do that. But this VOD will go up right after I end stream, so you can watch it as many times as you like. Subscribe to the channel so you can see when I go live next. Turn on the notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one.